Get connected, Fitchburg. Sign up for Fitchburg Connect, the city's monthly e-newsletter that keeps you informed about all the events, services, and updates that matter to you. Get it in your inbox once a month. Sign up today to get Fitchburg Connect.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Crosby.
And I'm Nick Boucher. We're your hosts for the program that's all about your city, Talking Fitchburg.
Every weekday, we pull together the news, events, and information you need to stay on top of what's happening in the city of Fitchburg.
Find Talking Fitchburg on cable TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, and our live stream on the web. Plus, you can find all our headlines and stories on Facebook, YouTube, and our video on demand service. This is your city.
Keep up with Talking Fitchburg and the issues affecting you and your neighbors.
Welcome everyone to the Fitchburg Common Council meeting for the August 11, 2026 meeting. The first thing is to call to the order to the meeting at 6:30. So please stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, next is roll call, please.
Mayor Arata Frada.
Here.
Alder Dantzler Jr.
Here.
Alder Gerhart is absent with excuse. Alder Herbst.
Here.
Alder Jetzer.
Here.
Alder Ladise.
Here.
Alder Lepper.
Here.
Alder Maldonado.
Here.
Alder Reichstad.
Here.
You have a quorum, Mayor.
Thank you. So next item is public appearances for non-agenda items and new appointment. I assume that we don't have anyone in the chamber for item 4. So next we move to the consent agenda.
I move approval.
Second.
Any question, comments about the consent agenda? Here none. All those in favor of approving the consent agenda say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. So next is item 6 is the administrator report.
Good evening, everyone. I'll preface my report by stating I am pinch hitting for our clerk, Tracy Oldenburg, who, of course, is leading the primary efforts this evening from the city staff perspective. So if I do ask for a clarification on a motion or a second, please bear with me. Several notable events are upcoming that I want to share with the Common Council. The first is the Business After Hours, hosted by the Chamber of Commerce, is tomorrow afternoon at 4:30 p.m. at the Hop House. Also tomorrow, August 12th at 5 p.m. is the Police Community Night Out picnic that'll be at McKee Farms Park. The Agora Art Fair returns again this weekend, August 15th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Just down the block at the Agora Pavilion on East Sherrill Parkway. There will also be an upcoming press event being organized by the Brewers organization with regard to the 7th inning stretch mural at McKee Farms Park. That event will be August 17th at 2 p.m. The final concerts at McKee for the summer season will be Monday, August 17th at 6 p.m. And then the last of the events, I've got two more. August 21st, the Friends of the Senior Center brat sale from 11 to 1 at the Senior Center. And then finally, the last item from an event standpoint, there will be a public information meeting on Thursday, August 27th from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. at Fire Station number 3 on South Zion Road. The topic of that public information meeting is the bike and pedestrian underpass on County Highway MM between Lacey and McCoy Road. As I've mentioned, I think at a prior council meeting, the comprehensive land use plan update will be kicking off next month. The web page has gone live, so if you're looking for additional information related to the comprehensive land use plan update. I would encourage anyone to go there and also to reach out to our planning staff, both Deanna Schmidt and Brad Sipple. Also, if anyone is interested from the community in participating in the comprehensive land use plan work group, if you will, there is also the ability to apply online through an application there, and that application process closes on August 30th, I believe. And then finally, just want to offer a thank you to our city clerk, Tracy Oldenburg, the clerk's team, and all the city staff and poll workers for their efforts today during the August primary. Any questions for me?
Logan?
Yeah. I always have to have something. When is the Southdale movie in the park rescheduled for?
Oh, it's July 31st.
August 31st.
August.
August 31st. Copy that.
Okay.
The other question, do we think Research Park Drive will be reopened in time for Agora Art Fair this weekend?
I believe that was the hope. I think they were intending to pave today, with the exception of the rain that came through the morning, derailed that plan. So I'm, weather permitting, I'm going to anticipate that it'll hopefully be done this week.
Any other question, comment? Okay, here none. Thank you, Chad. So next is the mayor's report, and I have a couple of things that I want to share. So last week, I attended the developer roundtable. I think a couple of you attended. It was a great event with, I don't know, more than 40, 50 people that they came together to, to discuss development in Fitchburg and how we can improve the process. Yesterday, I also attended the housing tour that I want to say thank you, Lauren, for organizing that tour. It was a great idea to do this. And also Bill, Joe, Logan. So thank you for coming too. I continue with my office hours, Thursday from 3 to 4 p.m. Last week I had my first, I have another office hour and 3 people show up, so it's good. We are continue with we are requesting feedback from the Fitchburg 2027 budget survey. Here is a copy, and also there is a link where people can submit their comment about priorities, about the budget that we are working on that. This survey will be open until August 31st. Also, a couple of us attended the UPS groundbreaking in District 3, and it was great to see that we found a place for that store, UPS, and thank you to the Frost family for continuing investing in Fitchburg and all the economic development team, because they work behind the scene to make this happen. I also attended the District 2 listening session. I don't remember how many people show up, Bill, maybe 10 people? Yeah. So it's another opportunity for the people to share their concern, comment with the mayor and the alder from their district. So I encourage everyone to participate. The next one is going to be in September 24 for District 1. I also want to say thank you to the park staff, especially all our LTE people that come during the summer. They're doing a lot of work very early in the morning to prepare our parks for the day. And I want to say thank you to all the parks department and the staff for the work that they do to maintain our parks clean, moving forward, and, everything is running. And I love park. I love the noise of park in summer, and I think we should be proud of the type of park system that we have in Fitchburg. And I want to say thank you to all the people that work in the park department to make our park, better every time. What else? What? Oh, yeah, you can say that. Okay. I leave it to you. What else? So next week I will attend the Chief Executive Workshop for mayors. So I hope to bring ideas from that event. That's it. This is for me. Any question? Comments? No? Okay, so next we are moving to commission and committees report. Plan Commission, we don't have anything to mention today, and Gabriel is not here, so we are moving to Public Works.
I will move approval of resolution R15926, acceptance of the Fitchburg Road tree clearing bid.
Second.
Second that motion.
Board of Public Works approved.
Finance approved.
Thank you. What is this?
We're getting ahead of the Fitchburg Road utility work to get some brush and trees removed from that area while we're still working out the final property acquisitions. This project was let, and we got 2 bids on July 14th. The low bidder was Homer for $65,000, which was just under the engineer's estimate of $70,000. The CIP includes funding for this. We've put in like a 10% contingency, so we've got about $72,000 in this resolution. Alliant and mainly MG&E have some, and there's some fiber optic work that needs to get done, and so this will be done, which will allow that utility work to go forward. There's no traffic control in here because there's none needed, and this will be done before August 31st, so there's no impact on school bus routes and that sort of thing.
Okay. Thank you. Any question, comment? Logan?
Just for the good of the watching public, the road work itself will be happening next year.
Thank you for that.
Any other question, comment? Here none. All those in favor of resolution R-15926 say aye.
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 Any opposed? The motion carries. Next one.
I will move approval of resolution R14926, accepting subdivision improvements in the Uptown Hills CSM. This was postponed from the July 28th meeting. Yes.
Second?
And Board of Public Works approved.
Okay, what is this?
So this is the Uptown Hills workforce townhomes on Haight Farm Road, just north of Hartung Fields. Fairly standard subdivision improvement agreement. Public Works Department has inspected and conditionally approved all the changes that were made. And you'll recall this should have been a direct referral at our last meeting because they were trying to get occupancy on August 1st. That obviously did not happen, but we are apparently here today. Tim, did you have anything to add on this?
Just they have a couple minor items remaining, but we have no issue moving forward and approving this. We're confident that they'll get that wrapped up prior to their occupancy.
Okay, so we have a resident. He wishes to speak. I don't know, in support, against. Is David Haight?
I guess I don't know. In the sense that there's not enough information to determine whether or not this complies with the requirements. So, to remind you, I filed a contested case based on NR 103 and compliance with the Dane County Water Quality Plan, specifically the amendment requirements that are in the North McGaw Park Amendment, which requires specific, substantial, additional stormwater requirement. And I was convinced by Craig Sparks, Attorney Craig Sparks at the Wisconsin DNR, that these issues aren't DNR issues, that the DNR doesn't have enough staff, that the city of Fitchburg would address these. I was at the preliminary plat and at the final plat, I was assured by city staff that all requirements would be met. NR 103 as required under City Code 2425B, I think, and also the requirements that are in CARPEC Resolution 2009-15. Now, these are all very substantial requirements. And in order to know that they have been met requires a work plan be produced by the Department of Public Works and under the direction of the Stormwater Utility, which is the Municipal Public Utility Commission that runs the stormwater utility. So there needs to be a permit. There is no publicly available City of Fitchburg permit. There is no publicly available inspection records for said development. I've seen no work plan for the Department of Public Works to both before the permit was issued, ensure that that would meet all the requirements of CARPEC 209-15 and NR 103. You, in order to approve this and maintain the good word of the city that was given to me repeatedly in meetings, saying, yes, you don't have to worry, this will be met. We need a work plan, we need the showing how it was developed, and we need analysis to show that in the end, all these requirements are met. A statement, a verbal statement by someone, no matter who it is in the city, is simply insufficient for you, as the governing body of the city of Fitchburg, to accept this, because the city of Fitchburg, under the Dane County Water Quality Plan, is responsible for running and maintaining this. So ask to see it and then evaluate what you see. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I am reading the resolution, and here it says that the Public Works Department has inspected and conditionally approved the subdivision improvement. So I think I want to be sure that we inspect what we're doing here. Any other question, comment? I don't know, Tim, do you want to add anything else?
The Public Works Department inspected this. We have licensed, registered professional engineers with the state of Wisconsin reviewing this prior to acceptance. We wouldn't bring anything forward before you without us approving the engineering and the construction that went into this project.
Thank you.
I would just add that this was postponed from a prior meeting because conditions had not been met based upon inspection of city staff.
Okay, good to know. Okay, any question, comment? Here none. All those in favor of resolution R-14926 say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carried. So next we move to anything else that you want to add?
Yeah, I have a couple other updates here. Tim was able to get our Swan Creek monitoring station, a link to the USGS website on our city website. I can email everybody that link.
Okay.
I was going to mention the Double M Underpass public information meeting on Thursday, August 27th at Fire Station number 3. We were, the Public Service Commission of Wisconsin notified the city that our 3% simplified rate case was approved, so that'll go into effect on our fourth quarter water bills. In the news lately, you will have heard that the water utilities in several states have been hacked and or compromised, and I asked Tim to give us a bit of an update on our water utility. He said we had an evaluation performed by the US EPA back in March, and there were no major red flags. We're working through their audit to implement the recommendations. One thing that we have done is that we've got all of our SCADA, our supervisory control and data acquisition objects, all behind a firewall. So you need to be on our VPN in order to access any of our infrastructure. So if somebody were to try and hack in, they would need to be on our network through our VPN. And I guess it,
Nothing.
okay.
We are disclosing information.
Street resurfacing is complete on most streets. Research Park Drive, I think right now is maybe even behind schedule. That should have been done last week, ideally. Sidewalk replacement will start on Monday the 17th. Wayland Road pre-construction meeting happened last week, and schedule is being worked on, but they are moving forward, and they know they're going to have to work around the Iron Man. Basswood Drive paving and restoration is complete. Belmar and Tower Hill underground utility work is done in Belmar, and installation is ongoing in Tower Hill. So Belmar paving is going to happen this week if it hasn't already, and Tower Hill will be later this month. And the final item here, well number 12 in Stoner Prairie was removed from the open air structure was removed from the bid. Last year that project was let out, but everything came in high, and so we removed the open air structure because we already have one, and I guess bids maybe were opened last week.
That's it?
That's the end of it.
Thank you. So next we move to the Park Commission.
I would like to pose Resolution R-15026, selection of a concept design for Greenfield Park playground replacement.
Second.
Okay, what is this?
I will let Eric take the stage.
Where is Eric?
Sure.
Okay, hi Eric.
So this was budgeted for 2026 capital improvement plan. We requested proposals to be put together. We got 3 that we thought met the minimum requirements. Those 3 is what was sent out to the residents of the Greenfield neighborhood, as well as what was voted on from Parks Commission. After review of it and looking at the public comments, Parks Commission made the recommendation to approve option number 1. So one thing I will note is when you make a motion for this, clarify which option you are moving forward for approval, and that's option 1 reflected for Lee Recreation. Like I said, all the options were meeting of our minimum qualifications. The input from the neighborhood was split 50-50 between options 1 and option number 2. However, there was comments made saying that they would prefer either of those. So it sounds like there was not generally a strong feeling preferring either option number 1 or option number 2. But option 1 is what was recommended for approval. If we move forward with this, or at least if this is approved, we would move forward with our anticipated construction, removal of the existing playground, and installation of this one with an expected completion date of October sometime of this year.
Thank you. Why they decided number 1 instead of the 2?
There were a couple comments. It's generally the amount of the play features seemed to be a little bit more dense. They had the same amount of slides, but it seemed like there were more climbing structures. Perhaps Joe can chime in on that, on why option number 1 is preferred, but it generally seemed to have more recreation opportunities in it than option number 2. Also, this one does have internal ramps within the playground itself. While not specifically meeting ADA accessibility requirements within those ramps, they would be a little bit more accessible for those folks where stairs aren't an option. So those are just some thoughts on why option number 1 is preferred.
Okay, thank you. Questions? Mike?
Yeah, I'll just add on, Alder Lepper and I met with the Greenfield neighborhood a couple weekends ago, and I think they would be more than happy with 1 or 2. I think the vote when we met with them was like 8-6 for 1, but they were pretty happy with either one of those, so I think they'll be happy with number 1.
Okay.
So, yeah. Oh, and I will add on, so because we got some questions about the playground replacement while we were there, so I'll just answer them here quickly. To confirm with them, the base of the playground is going to be like a wood chip material, like we're doing everywhere else. The area where the existing playground is, because we're moving it from where it is just going to be put back to like grass turf. And then there is some form of, they asked about disposal of the old equipment and what happens to it. And as far as I could tell from talking to Eric, there is some form of recycling that happens to this old equipment. It generally can't be like reused because it's 30 years old, but there's hopefully some form of recycling that goes on with it. So,
Scott.
I don't have any additional comments.
No.
You put my screen up,
The screen.
please. Yeah, thank you.
So people know what we're talking about. Okay, that one is option 1. Okay. So what is the time frame for to install this playground?
Expected completion October of this year. So it would be finished this fall.
Oh, okay. Okay, any other question, comment?
I'll just clarify your motion to approve Alder Maldonado was as approved by the Parks Commission.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Okay, here now, all those in favor of resolution R-15626, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Okay. Any opposed? The motion carries. Next one.
I move resolution R-15126, amending the 2026 Park Fee Fund budget for the Terra Vesa Park amenities.
Second.
Okay. Did the Park Commission approve?
Yes.
Did the Finance Committee approve?
Finance approved.
Okay, what is this, Joe?
Again, I'll pass it to Eric if he has anything to add, but essentially we are, we're amending the 2026 budget. This is a 2/3 vote requirement as well, so just a heads up on that. Eric, anything to add?
Yep, so this is taking some previously allocated funds for the Ag Park as well as some unallocated funds, which are all park improvement funds for Terra Vesa, and putting them towards the park parcel off of Frizzy and Spinach Drive. This would allow staff to move forward with developing any concept designs for some planned park amenities in the area. We're tentatively planning on interior sidewalks, drinking fountains, shelter installation, and potentially community gardens as well. But this allows us the fund to move forward with the development of concept designs. So if this is approved, it would be expected that review of a few concept designs would come forward through Parks Commission as well as Council. Other than that, any other questions at all?
So, and what I want to add about this is a resolution that I brought forward in consultation with the 2 elders from the district, comment from the neighbors about this park. It's a big park. It's a new park. It doesn't have any shade. There is no water fountain. So the idea is to provide that because there are small trees. So there is no shade at all right now. So, and also move some of the parks that were dedicated to the Ag and Rural Park to this park because I think we can provide some tangible and better benefit to that and include some amenity to this park. Instead, we don't know yet when the Ag Park will be built because it's a very ambitious and expensive park that we don't have the resources and the money right now. So I don't know if you guys want to add something, Logan?
Are we able to pull up a map of the current park?
So people can know where we're talking.
Yeah, so basically, I can't remember the exact acreage, but there's one playground kind of in the far corner, and then there's a few young trees lining the park. But because it will take them very long to mature, there is absolutely no shade. And this is a very well utilized park. The neighborhood puts on ice cream socials, and unfortunately this year it got rained out. They also put on movie in the park. They do all kinds of events in this space. So it's a really well utilized space. Right now, this is the only kind of developed park serving all of Terra Vesa.
That one is.
Yep, so you can kind of see where there's the one play structure, and that's about it. As of when I last looked, there isn't even the standard park sign isn't even out there yet. So this is an area that needs some significant park investment, given the park fees that were paid by the developer to build this neighborhood. As has been mentioned, some of the money coming from the Ag Park, because that park is very ambitious, and it would be a struggle to build at the current financial situation, let alone maintain, because it is so unique compared to our other parks. And I did want to ask Eric if we have an idea of how much we have left in park fees for the Terra Vesa area, because there are a couple of other parks as well that are undeveloped, that I'm curious about kind of what comes next after this.
As far as remaining park fees, I would have to defer to Misty on what those accounts are. I have had some neighborhood correspondence regarding the parcel on the northeast section of Terra Vesa, which borders the multi-use trail. But as of this time, we don't have any future plans for any future park developments. Instead, moving forward, putting our resources into the development of this one off of Frizzy and Spinach. So received some interest, some correspondence regarding the parcel on the northeast, but at this time, no plans for any concrete plans for any future developments.
Okay, and the community gardens is something that people, they are very popular here in Fitchburg, and I think instead of giving them an ag park right now, we are going to provide them with some community gardens in the meantime. So this is, I don't know, Eric, what do you envision for the community gardens? How big? How many plots?
I kind of decided the minimum amount of community gardens to make it viable as a location both for users as well as a maintainable number. That minimum number being about 20 plots. I want to remind you that garden plots are 10 by 20. We would keep with what's consistent on our current operations for community gardens. But 20 was kind of the number that I discussed with staff as well on what would be kind of the minimum standard. So we would have to take a look into where they're being placed in the park. We have to take into consideration whether they impact any other stuff within the park, being trees, the soccer fields, potential placement of the shelters. So the exact number will depend on kind of where the overlay is or planned installation of them once we look at a few different concepts. But we are looking to install these for the 2027 season if approved.
Okay, thank you. Any question, comment? Okay, this is a 2/3 vote, so we need to do roll call, please.
All right. Alder Dantzler Jr.
Aye.
Alder Gerhard is absent. Alder Herbst.
Aye.
Alder Jetzer.
Aye.
Alder Laduse.
Aye.
Alder Lepper.
Aye.
Alder Maldonado.
Aye.
Alder Reichstad.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, Eric. So next we move to the library board.
We meet next Wednesday.
Okay, Commission on Aging Well.
No report at this time.
Oh, there is an activity coming next week. No, the senior center.
Yeah, the broad thing.
Yeah, did you mention that?
I mentioned it.
Oh, okay, sorry. Resource conservation.
Just adding there, look out for some events for Hispanic Heritage Month in September. So I'll make sure to let folks know at our next meeting once those are set.
Thank you. Resource Conservation Commission.
Yes, we met last night. We discussed our fall e-recycling and paper shredding event. That'll be Saturday, September 19th from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. here at Civic Campus.
September 19th, okay.
We expect maybe a lot of people to show up early because there's a home Badger game that day.
Interesting.
We also looked at our solid waste and recycling calendar for 2027. And one thing that we're hoping to get on the calendar is the dates for our spring and fall e-recycling and paper shredding events so that that one calendar can give you more information. The plastic recycling event that occurred on July 23rd was unfortunately not recorded by FACTv, but there is a slide deck available, and I can send that link out.
It was a plastic recycle day?
There was an event at the library on July 23rd.
Yeah,
So Ben Schulte and Kim Warkenton of RCC.
Did you promote that event?
I believe it was on the
Okay.
city website or the calendar and some social media. There is a sustainability tour, walking tour planned for Terra Vesa on September 27th in the afternoon, tentatively. So we'll be meeting at Forest Edge School, hopefully getting a presentation on that net zero facility, and then doing a walking tour of the Terra Vesa neighborhood to point out all of the various sustainability features there. And Ron French of the RCC has access to, he's part of that group that supplies accessible wheelchairs. So if somebody wants to come along and they can't do the walk and they need some off-road wheelchair ability, we'll be able to do that. And then Mark Wilkerson will likely be able to make a trishaw available. So if somebody just can't make it around, they could get a ride in the trishaw. Our food scrap collection is now over 7 tons in the last 9 months. And somehow we've added over 100 participants in the last month. We're up to 447 now.
Whoa. Is there any plan to open another location?
I believe so. Okay. I think we talked about that a couple months ago, but nothing recent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then finally, September 19th through 27th is Stormwater Awareness Week, which is a thing. This year's Wisconsin Stormwater Week coincides with the National Stormwater Awareness Week. Nationally, there are 75 events on the website. For us in Wisconsin, there's a couple webinars out there, and I can send you that link as well. But Rick Eilertson will be giving a talk on native plantings for residential properties.
Really? When?
His presentation will be September 24th, I believe.
Can you send all those dates?
Yes.
So we can put it in our calendars?
I will do that.
Thank you.
That's the end of my update.
Thank you, Bill. Transportation and Transit Commission.
We will meet on Thursday.
Thank you. Community and Economic Development Authority.
Our meeting was canceled this month.
Okay. Ag Rural Affairs Committee.
We meet on Tuesday the 18th.
Okay. Bicycle and Pedestrian Commission.
We met on August 5th. Nothing huge to update on. We talked about the biking on sidewalks ordinance development. Phil gave some updates. Andy talked about a potential event that's a walking tour of Terra Vesa. And then we did some B-cycle updates.
Is the same tour that he's talking?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Okay. What about this side, no biking on sidewalk? Is an ordinance coming?
So Andy shared with a proposed ordinance to allow biking on sidewalks.
Okay.
I don't know, Chad, if there's something you wanted to add to that.
If I recall correctly, state statute prohibits by default biking on sidewalks.
Oh, really?
So municipalities can create ordinances that do allow it with or without restriction.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and in previous Bike Ped Commission meetings, we discussed what different municipalities do. Some of them only allow it on certain streets, which is very confusing because the average resident's not going to know.
Okay.
And then some have if the building's this length or less from the, sidewalk, or if there's no bike path, it's acceptable. So we just reviewed probably about 20 different municipalities to see what would work best for us and gave feedback.
Okay. Have you discussed, I don't know, Bill, you are in MPO, about the e-bikes and electric scooter ordinance, something like that? We are still...
So the MPO has guidelines that local municipalities can use to craft an ordinance.
Okay.
But ideally this would, there would be some state statute that everybody can use as a baseline.
Okay.
That has yet to happen.
Yeah, I'll add to that. I mean, if every municipality is kind of making their own rules, then people can take them across city and town lines. Whereas if the whole state had very clear regulations, then that would discourage manufacturing in the state of them. Not to say somebody couldn't bring it over from another state, but I think the big goal is state, and then the bigger goal is federal, but that likely won't happen in this presidential administration.
Okay. No, because I have received a couple of complaints about, in our parks, people, riding those, I don't know, they look like a motorcycle.
Yeah, if you look it up, I think it's on maybe TikTok. There's a video that the Verona Police Department made.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's very common along the Military Ridge Trail. So.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
You can look at the MPO's e-device guidelines, and I think right now it's a little bit murky. The state has defined 3 classes of e-bike, but there are many devices out there now that don't fit any of those classifications.
Okay.
And most of them are illegal, technically.
They're essentially motorcycles without gas motors.
Thank you. EMS Commission.
We will meet next week, I believe. I haven't heard anything from the chief yet, but we usually meet on the Thursday. So.
Thank you. Healthy Neighborhood Advisory Committee.
Yeah, we met last week, but this is going to be something that's going to be in our direct referral, so I'll wait until then.
Okay.
Also wanted to share a list of events that are coming up in our H&I neighborhoods. So yesterday there was a Parks Alive event at Allied Park. My daughter got a nice little vote pin there. There was one at Aldo Leopold Park today. There's one that's a back to school clothing drive at Hastahochi on August 20th, 4 to 6. There's a farmer's market at Hastahochi hosted by the Allied Food Pantry on August 25th. Time is TBD. The movie in the park was mentioned, and then there's the Redeemer City Church Festival at the New Fountains on August 29th.
Okay. Thank you. Housing Advisory Committee.
Yes, we met yesterday. We had our walking tour, which you already mentioned. And we toured 3 buildings. One is the Quarry Ridge Retirement Community, which was built in 2020. That's the community immediately south of Target. It's kind of an all-inclusive resort-style independent living facilities. So you get, along with your rent, you get your room, your utilities, your meals, fitness center, theater, happy hour, endless activities, whatever. It's all you can eat there. And I believe they said they are 100% full with a waiting list. Then we went basically across the street to Limestone Ridge Apartments. These were built in 2021. And this is workforce housing, meant for people between 30 and 80% of area median income, and they average to just under 60% when you take all the units into account. This is the same developer as the new affordable housing that just broke ground on Nesbitt Road. And our final stop was Corey Frank's new Texas Wrap up the road on Fitrona. I believe he said it was 273 units, and what did he say? They're over 90% occupied. 98% occupied. So to answer the public's question, this is why we keep building apartments. There is demand. And these are interesting because every unit has its own heat pump, so they don't use gas for heating. They use a heat pump for both heating and cooling. They've got about a dozen townhome-style units in there. And interestingly, those have a higher vacancy rate because they're more expensive than a plain old apartment.
Okay, thank you. Landmark Preservation Commission.
No report.
Tree Advisory Committee. Oh.
No report. We're not we don't have a meeting in August.
Okay, thank you. Community Equity Advisory Committee.
No report at this time.
Any report from other commission and committees? Short.
Yes. The MPO Policy Board met last Wednesday. BRT North-South route is unfortunately being pushed back from 2027-28 to 28 through 31, partially due to the timing of federal grant money. Transportation Director Christoph Spieler did thank the city of Fitchburg for our cost share on the north-south route. Metro is currently looking to, at the moment, retire whatever buses reach the end of their life rather than replace them due to their funding issues, yes. The next buses that Metro buys, though, will be hybrid rather than full electric just because they have limited charging infrastructure. Metro Transit Service standards guidelines have been updated for the first time since 2023. I believe I sent an email out to everybody last week about that. It's quite informative. And there's a few projects. We were given an overview by some of the planners. So our transportation block grants, the urban transportation block grants, we get about $10.5 million annually through that program. There are currently 21 active programs. Transportation alternatives, we get about $1.5 million annually. There are 17 active projects. And the carbon reduction program likely will not continue into the future, but there are 4 projects. One of them is the boardwalk between Double M and I forget what into Southdale, the south end of. Yes. Okay. And included in the email that I will send later today is a link to the Transportation Improvement Program. They call it the ETIP website. So you can look at a map, you can see all of the projects that are in the Transportation Improvement Plan. You can click on it and get the details.
Interesting. That's it? Okay. Thank you, Bill. Okay, so next we are moving to a standing committees report. We will start with Finance Committee.
I have nothing to report other than the direct referrals that are coming up.
Personnel Committee.
Yeah, we met last week, just had 2 quick updates. One was to our city's overtime policy, and then just a classification title change.
Okay, thank you. Public Safety and Human Services.
The one notable item that came before us earlier this evening was the special event permits for Ironman on September 12th and 13th. We approved those. So there will be numerous street impacts that weekend. Just make sure you have a plan to get around and are patient with the race route as it winds its way through Fitchburg.
Thank you. So then we move to item 10, unfinished business. We don't have any item. And then next, item 11, new business. And we have a couple of direct referrals. So we will start with Finance Committee.
I can lead that. So,
that one is H&I, yeah.
So I move Resolution R-15426, the 2027 Healthy Neighborhoods Grant Redesign.
Second, and finance approved.
H&I approved.
Okay, thank you. What is this?
So it's something I've been foreshadowing in previous meetings about the redesign of the grant, but I will let Jessica take the stage.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. So this resolution is to pause the 2027 Healthy Neighborhoods Grant Program. And while that program is paused, to directly fund for food pantries within the healthy neighborhoods, since that's a priority need. We've heard that consistently. We've decided to take this pause, or are proposing to take this pause, because it's been 10 years since the program has been evaluated, and we feel like now is a good time to step back and look at the program and take a year while still funding the food pantries for 2027.
Okay, thank you, Jessica. Any question, comments about this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just add, Jessica, with the support of Jill and our really dedicated, hardworking, critically thinking committee, had a lot of good feedback and also is collecting a lot of great data through community engagement. If you haven't played the pigs game at the different events, it's very cute. And some of us on the committee wanted to make sure that there was some continuous funding, but also balancing that out with the kind of labor that it takes to be able to even administer grants if you're not going through a process, and making sure that our staff's time is well used and not overburdened. So that was the rationale behind the continuation of funding for some of our agencies that deliver food. Food was a really important need in last year's grant process as well as this year's. So we wanted to make sure that need is continued to be met.
So I have a question maybe for you or Jessica is, so this food pantry will need to apply? Do they need to present a proposal, Jessica, or we are granted the award without any, proposal?
They will not need to apply. It's a direct allocation to these food pantries.
Okay. Any question, comment? Logan?
So just looking that the amount that would be allocated by this resolution would be $20,000 each to Rooted, the River Food Pantry, Allied Food Pantry, and Badger Prairie Needs Network, I think all of which have previously received funding through this grant. Curious though, from what I remember from our 26 awards and previous, we've had more than $80,000 in the pot, if you will, to award to these grantees. So what are we planning to do for the budget for 27? Is it just to reduce it for the 1 year and then bump it back up? Or are we going to keep it at the same level and just kind of have it available for the next, like for 28 once we redesign this? Or what's kind of the plan for the budget amount in the interim in 27?
I think we are going to work through the budget process, isn't it? I don't know if we have a final resolution. I don't know, Jessica.
I was just going to say that's a great question. So we chose 20,000 because this year we upped the amount to 25,000, and so 20,000. We didn't feel like funding everyone fully was the right decision. So we settled on 20,000, and then with it only being 4 organizations, it wound up at 80,000. Your question regarding what's going to happen in future years with this funding, it will iron that all out through the process. I think we'll see what each neighborhood needs and kind of assess a little bit on population, because each neighborhood some neighborhoods are a little more dense than others, but it's not that question, I think, will be concretely answered as we move through this process.
Thank you.
Do you want to add anything?
Yeah, certainly we can take a look at it through the budget process. And of course, Mayor Radefrader will release her proposed budget in September, which will probably provide some insight on how it's proposed to be handled for 27.
Thank you. Okay, so any other question, comments? Here none. All those in favor of resolution R-15426, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Okay, next one. What is finance?
I'll move approval of resolution R-16526, amending the 2026 general fund and capital projects fund budgets, fire headquarters exterior door replacements.
Second.
Okay, what is this?
So we're going to replace 2 of the doors and the fire station number 1, the headquarters. These are the doors that are used for the polling station. And so this will bring them into ADA compliance and just allow easier entry and exit to the station. And then also, I believe this money is coming from the existing project, the existing remodel project for that facility.
Yeah. Okay, any question, comments? Do you want to add? No? Okay, so this is 2/3 vote, so we need to do roll call.
Alder Dantzler Jr.
Aye.
Alder Gerhard is absent. Alder Herbst.
Aye.
Alder Jetzer.
Aye.
Alder Lattice.
Aye.
Alder Lepper.
Aye.
Alder Maldonado.
Aye.
Alder Reichstad.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thank you. So next one.
I'll move approval of Resolution R 16726, approval of the CDBG Pro Housing Grant Agreement with Dane County for public infrastructure improvements supporting affordable single-family housing.
Second.
And Finance did approve.
Okay, thank you. So with us tonight is our housing specialist, Laureen. So will you start the conversation here? Okay.
Absolutely. So we're here regarding the Community Development Block Grant, also known as CDBG, Pro Housing Infrastructure Agreement. So this is between the City of Fitchburg and Dane County. So before I kind of get into it, I want to recognize Baltazar Diana Santana. That's from Dane County CDBG team, and he's been working closely with our team, assisting us with any questions related to county or CDBG specific questions. So just to kind of give you some history about this, in 2025, the City of Fitchburg was awarded $600,000 in CDGB pro housing funding to support infrastructure. So this is for the development of affordable housing. And then the city is leveraging another additional $1 million for the Affordable Housing Fund. So this is coming from that fund. So this is a total investment of $1.6 million. So this funding is going to be used for infrastructure improvements needed to support future affordable housing, a minimum of 15 homes that are for individuals that are 80% or below the area median income. So after the contract process is the RFP process, and basically we would solicit proposals from developers that are interested in acquiring and developing the property for affordable housing, and then the selected developer and proposed development will be required to meet the applicable affordability and CDBG requirements. And those are outlined in those milestones that were attached as well. So this particular agreement establishes how the CDGB funds will be administered, any type of expenditures, reimbursement. A big piece is the federal compliance and reporting requirements, and then also those milestones. So as you notice, there's a big draft watermark through this agreement. And the reason is that we're still kind of finalizing the insurance piece and the liability language that are in sections 27A and 27B. Because we are working under a tight timeline, we're requesting council to approve and proceed with the agreement while the city and the county kind of finalize those insurance provisions. And Valerie is working actively with this as well and reviewing this language. So I also want to just share that internally we do have a city staff that's involved, and that's Chad, Adam, Misty, Mike, Valerie, and myself. And then also the county side with Baltazar, Joanna, and Caleb. So again, the project milestones, they're included in your materials and kind of outline those steps that are necessary to move forward. And our timeline is mid-2030. Am I correct? Okay. So tonight we're requesting council to approve so that we can continue moving forward the project and then meet the deadlines that are needed as we complete those remaining insurance language. So with that, if there's any questions for me or Baltazar, feel free.
Yeah, I have a question. Is this one a reimbursable grant?
So yes,
Yeah?
it will
Okay.
be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to add anything else, Baltazar, because you came to Fitchburg?
Thank you very much. It feels different to be in another capacity. Again, my name is Baltasar Tienda Santana. I'm a CDVG Home Program Specialist. We just want to, on behalf of our team, the Housing Access and Affordability Division, really thank you for this partnership. We really enjoy working with Lauren, Chad, Mike, and, Valerie and everyone in the team. And we know that, this is a very complex project, and especially because there is a lot of federal regulations. We are going to be continue working with the team from now until we complete the project. If the project is successful, Fitchburg is successful, the county is successful, and, the federal government will receive all the reporting and everything that is required. So really grateful for the support that the mayor and the council will provide to this resolution.
Gracias.
De nada.
Okay, any question, comment? Logan.
I'm just looking at the estimated completion date here, and the first two pre-construction activities, developer procurement and project site identification, are both listed as November 15th of this year. We know that the Gorman proposal is it seems to me would meet these requirements. Do we expect that there could be others that would come forward and be feasible with getting a site and a developer procured by, what would that be, 3 months from now?
I mean, it's a possibility. We're doing an RFP process, and so it's open to the community. So.
Okay. Any other question, comments? Okay. Here none. All those in favor of resolution R-16726 say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Aye. Oh, sorry, Dave. The motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gracias, Baltasar.
Thank you very much.
For venir. Okay, so next we are on item 12. We have a couple of action on claims. We have one people online, Tyler Houston, and then on the chamber, Brian Dolson. Do you want to speak, sir? Yeah, come. Yeah, you can come to the microphone. Okay, go ahead. Yes.
So, Brian Dulsing, I live on Shale Road over in Quarry Hill. On June 5th, I filed a tree maintenance report with the city. There's a strip of land owned by the city with a lot of trees from an old fence line when Quarry Hill was built before the tech campus. Then I think it was tech campus for a little bit and then came back to the city. I took a picture of it's a large mulberry tree that was leaning like this over the house. 2 days later, they did come and look at it. They weren't even aware that that was city property, which is a little concerning, but they said they would come and figure a way to get back in there to get the tree down. 13 days later, on the 18th of June, at 3:30 in the morning, the tree slowly came down like this on the house. Could have been a lot worse. There was roof damage, some leak-fed gutter damage, and window damage. The roof was brand new last year. The windows were pretty new. And so we're just asking for the reimbursement of those, which is about $3,200. So.
Okay, thank you. And then Tyler Houston. Do you want to speak, sir?
Yeah, I can go ahead.
Okay, go.
I'll try to be brief here. So on July 9th, I discovered an active water leak affecting my property. I tried to contact the city's emergency line for several hours without receiving adequate response. Because that situation was continuing, I'd involved the police and fire department. Initially, when the city responded, I was told that the issue may be my responsibility, so I hired contractors to excavate the area, determine the source of the water. Then during that excavation, we discovered an additional abandoned water line that was serving my property. And that line, I apologize, I wasn't prepared to speak here. So that line had never been properly shut off and was still carrying water, ultimately allowing water into my property and causing significant damage and expense. So tonight, Again, not here to make accusations or tell the council who is ultimately responsible, just asking for the city to investigate what happened, review records, communications, determine how the responsibility should be assigned for the resulting damage and expenses. I should have submitted all receipts and all contractor claims so far. I've also shared documentation between the city and the developers where it was known that the line needed to be excavated and inspected, and that never occurred in this situation. So ultimately, this line was never properly abandoned, which led to the ensuing damage. And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so since we have a couple of claims, we are going to discuss those on closed session. And then I need someone to read this.
I can. You need me to read the motion to go into closed session? Okay, I will move that we go into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statutes 19.85, parent 1, parent G, conferring with legal counsel for the governmental body who is rendering oral or written advice concerning strategy to be adopted by the body with respect to litigation in which it is or is likely to become involved. And then the claims: Tessner, Edmonds, National Subro / Chubb Insurance, Somers, Moore, Dulsing, Houston.
Second.
All those in favor of going to closed session, say aye.
Aye.
Roll call.
To go into closed session.
Yeah. We'll do roll call. Alder Dancer Jr. Alder Gerhardt is absent. Alder Herbst.
Aye.
Alder Jetzer.
Aye.
Alder Lattice.
Aye.
Alder Lepper.
Aye.
Alder Maldonado.
Aye.
Alder Reichstad.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, Jake.
I will move that we reconvene into open session.
Second.
All those in favor to reconvene into open session, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Okay.
All right. I move for the action of claim on Joshua Tessner to deny.
Second.
Any question, comment? All those, what is the motion?
Motion to deny.
All those in favor to deny the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Next one.
I move we deny action on claim for Ann Edmonds.
Second.
All those in favor to deny the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries.
I move to deny the claim for National Subro Chubb Insurance. And action on that claim.
Second.
All those in favor to deny the motion, the claim, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries.
I move to deny the action on claim to Kathleen Somers.
Second.
All those in favor to deny the claim, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Next one.
I'll move to deny claim brought by Eric Moore.
I will second.
All those in favor to deny the motion, the claim, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Next one.
I will move to deny action on the claim by Brian Dulsing.
Second.
All those in favor to deny the motion, the claim, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Next one.
I move to deny the claim on Tyler Houston.
Second.
All those in favor to deny the claim, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Okay, so we conclude with all the claims. So next we move to the Alders District Report, and we will start with 4.
Put my notes up here. Okay. So I'm going back a little ways yet, but I had the opportunity to speak at the Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Weekend at Edgewood College, which is where they invite a bunch of high school students from around the state to do leadership development for 3 days. So I got to speak to them about leadership and what service means, and it was pretty cool. And there's some pictures on my Alder Instagram if people are super interested. I got to go to the police technology demonstration, and I think the thing that stuck out to me the most was the live translation body camera tool. I think that's a fantastic equity tool to not have folks have to wait for officers to get a translator on the phone or have a bilingual officer show up. Thank you to Alder LaDuce for helping with the Schumann traffic issues and going to those meetings while I was away. And then this is very belated, but I have to call out that my trivia team beat the mayor's team, which included LaDuce and Reichstad. So
And when did it happen? I don't remember.
that was like a month and a half ago, but it's still important to mention. And then I will be out at the community night out tomorrow, and looking forward to that. So.
Thank you. Micah.
Is my thing working? Look at this. Okay. I'm going to talk a little bit about, there we go. All right, I'm going to talk a little bit about some proposed changes to this little section of Schumann Drive by Seminole Glen Park. This has been a constant complaint from neighbors for years and years in that area. The complaints list is long and includes the fact that there are two separate stop signs at two separate intersections that are very close together, they're not at the same intersection, and that there are multiple crosswalks, and that, so to orient you, the south crosswalk here is coming down from the Stoner Prairie neighborhood, that comes down a giant hill. Kids on their bikes don't stop there, and so they just run right out into the road at the same time that cars are accelerating through the intersection from the stop sign on the right. I'm sure there are more that I am forgetting. So Ross has come up with a proposed solution to try out. We met with the neighbors in this area. They were supportive. They then sent it out to the neighborhood association, and the neighborhood association was supportive. And then there was also posted on the Facebook page for the neighborhood, and that was also supportive. So essentially what will happen here is the stop sign on the intersection on the left will be eliminated, and that will turn into a bike-only crosswalk, which is why it is painted green. And then there will be, so on the south end of the road, there are going to be flex posts added where that white line is. And so if you are a bike coming from Stoner Prairie, you will hit that intersection and you will turn into that little new lane and make your way to the crosswalk that goes into Seminole Glen Park. The intersection at Seminole Glen Park there will become an all-way stop, and the stop sign on the path to Stoner Prairie will be removed. This is being done with paint and flex posts, and so does not even need a budget amendment. It just fits into the budget. And so Ross is looking to try this. We will see how it goes. We will see how the neighbors respond, how things work. We will gather feedback, and we will make adjustments as needed. If this works out, there are potential permanent solutions that could be done here that would make this permanent, but we want to see how it works, gather feedback, and make adjustments from there. So if you have questions, I can try to answer them. Ross can definitely answer them. But I just kind of wanted to bring this, since this isn't like coming to council, I just wanted to make it aware. This has been a problem intersection for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah, so part of the motivation you said is that kids coming down the hill spill out into the road and evidently go all the way to the far lane?
Yes.
Where there's cars coming westbound that might do bad things.
Yeah, there's also cars that don't stop at the stop sign coming the other direction because it's a path stop sign and not a road stop sign, and so they just blow through that stop sign quite regularly.
Yeah. Well, so I guess my point is we're removing the stop sign that would otherwise cause most of the eastbound traffic to at least pay attention to what's happening on that trail. So if we remove that stop sign, we are removing the motivation of eastbound drivers to pay any attention at all, and the kids are still coming down the hill the same way they always have.
So two things to that. So there will be flex posts now. It will not block that intersection for kids that could do that, but it will provide more of a visual reminder than a stop sign on a bike path that no one pays attention to. And then there will also, as the flex post will start, that will cause natural traffic calming in that area as drivers have to shift over into things. So the hope is that it will slow speeds through that intersection as well due to that. So that was what we were thinking.
So the stop sign is on the, can you?
There's a stop sign on, there's a stop sign here coming this direction, and there's a stop sign here going this direction. And there will now be a three-way stop here. All-way stop here and nothing here.
Okay. So.
I'll also mention this is on the TTC agenda Thursday night if anyone is interested.
And I hope you are still working on the Richardson.
That's on my list of questions.
Yeah, because if we are doing this here, we need to do something on Richardson.
I think that is, on his list.
Okay.
All right, I am unplugging. And one second.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, no, 1 second. I have a couple more.
Okay.
I just wanted to thank, we had Alder Lepper and I had a meeting in Greenfield neighborhood. They are the neighborhood that consistently shows up for like our Alder meetings. And so I just want to thank them and say that we really appreciate it. There was probably, 20 people there. And it was pouring rain the whole time too. So we met under the shelter and they always come out and they always have good questions. I really appreciate their engagement. And then I never spoke really after our listening session, even though you've already had another one since then. And so just thanking people for coming out to that too. I feel like we've reached like some stability, at least on like a path forward in how we're going to handle like fire department staffing and things like that. But at that time, like those changes had just been announced. There was a lot of strong feelings and passion at that meeting. And I appreciate that. I appreciate people coming and telling us how they feel. And so it was good to have everyone there. So I'm glad we had these meetings. I'm glad people come and I hope they continue to come. So that is all I have.
Thank you. Okay, District 3, Donald.
I don't have many big updates. I just have really one, the 100 Black Men of Madison Incorporated. We have in our back to school Backpack for Success event in the name of Virginia and Perry Henderson. It's going to be on Saturday, August 15th from 8 a.m. to 11 at the Madison College Truex campus. Okay. And you do need to, for folks watching, to bring your kids with you to the event to get the backpacks. Okay. That'll be important. So just anybody can contact me if they want any more information or anything about the event.
Thank you.
I will rapid fire here because this will cover the last month and a half because we didn't have our last Alder reports. So I was able to go to the UPS store groundbreaking, able to go to happy hour with some future residents of the Cesta community that will be in Terra Vesa. Also went to the Terra Vesa Ice Cream Social, which unfortunately got partially rained out. I was able to attend the regional housing strategy meeting, which several other alders and the mayor were able to attend. The fire, I did a 10-hour ride along with the fire department, as I think I've mentioned in another meeting previously. Attended the Kids Crossing public meeting. A couple other more exciting news items. Stoneman's sweet corn season has arrived, and by now may be getting closer to the end than the beginning. But it's been great to see another Fitchburg summer tradition
and the
moving forward. Yes, that's not my district. So.
Can we come back to me after this?
Also wanted to express some appreciation for the fire department for quickly responding to a house fire earlier today that happened when a lightning strike hit a house in Swan Creek. Fortunately, no injuries, but the residents were displaced. You also, if you drive through Uptown along Lacey and Central Park in particular, are probably going to see a lot of dirt moving. That is where Avante is moving forward with extending Stanley Park Place to Central Park Place from where it dead ends behind the Rusty Bee. So there's some construction activity in that area. No structures are planning to go up this year, at least, from what Avante has said previously. They anticipate looking forward to 27 for any future building construction because they have the Lido across the street, which is also growing up very quickly. And the UW Health Rehab facility is moving quickly too. The windows are in, the brick is going up. So if you haven't been to Uptown in the last couple months, lots going on. And the last thing I was going to mention, but I probably shouldn't now because of the shade District 4 threw at me earlier, I was going to recognize that our very own Alder and Sergeant Jake Lepper was an award winner for the University Staff Recognition Awards at UW-Madison, but I'm not going to mention that because of his shade that he threw at the trivia earlier.
Oh, really?
So,
congratulations.
Forget you heard that.
Congratulations.
That concludes my district report.
Yeah, congratulations.
With a little stepping on District 4's toes.
Thank you. District 2.
Yeah, nothing District 2 specific then. What?
Oh, nothing?
Well, nothing District 2 specific that hasn't already been mentioned, I guess. But you don't need to show this, but, well, all right, you can show this. Go ahead. People at the listening sessions sometimes mention property taxes being a big issue. So I thought I would put together a couple of charts here showing each of the cities within Dane County. You can get this information by going to a search engine. Just search for Wisconsin Department of Revenue, Municipal Revenues and Expenditures. You'll find this. We've got data going back several years. And so all I did was I took the general property tax levy and I divided by the population of the city. And I did that for every year from 2013 through 2024, which is the latest available information. So the darkest line on there is Fitchburg. And you can see that we are in the middle of the pack, the lower side of the middle of the pack. There's, 3 cities that are significantly higher than us, and then we're kind of, in 2024, we're almost at a 4-way tie at the bottom there. So this is real dollars, or I guess nominal dollars. So, back in 2013, we were at $685 per person. By 2024, we're up to $880 per person. So you can see there was kind of an upward trend there, as you would expect. I then made another graph where I adjusted these numbers for inflation. And here you can see that, again, the bold line is Fitchburg. And you can see that, in fact, the last 2 years on there, 2023 and 2024, adjusted for inflation, we've had the lowest property tax burden going back to 2013. And again, we're lower side of the middle of the pack there. Mm-hmm. So I guess there's no legitimate claim that that the city of Fitchburg is taxing unjustly high within the county. All right, you can turn me off, Scott. And the other update I wanted to make, I had mentioned this, I sent out an email. The Department of Administration released preliminary population estimates, and so Fitchburg has seen an additional 1,000 residents show up between January of 25 and January of 26. Our official estimate right now is 37,220, which is nearly what CARPSI's regional data group projected we would hit by 2030. So we are ahead of schedule. Interestingly, we moved up in the rankings in terms of size. We are now the 23rd largest city.
We used to be the 25th.
Last year we were 25th. Yes, we passed. We are now larger than Beloit and Franklin.
Oh, okay.
Wow. And the last thing I wanted to mention is that we are in the middle of Madison Black Restaurant Week. Mm-hmm. This is something that was started in 2016, was evidently the first such event in the nation.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Are there any Black-owned restaurants in Fitchburg?
Don't think so.
Okay. There should be. Okay, is it on me?
Yes.
Okay. So just reiterating that yesterday Parks Alive and Allied, a couple H&I events in Hostahoche, which is outside of the district, obviously, and then King James Way Redeemer City Church Festival on August 29th. A couple weeks ago, a group from Centro Hispano visited City Hall, and the mayor and I met with this elementary group called Semillas Elementary Summer Program. We talked to them a little bit about local government. I think we might have put them to sleep. And then we took them to the library, to the police station, and to Senior Center. So it was a good visit. The kids were enthusiastic once we actually got them moving. I just wanted to promote an event through my job that I think might be relevant to families in the area. So there's a Fathers in Focus conference. It's a free conference on Saturday, October 10th at Madison Area Technical College. It's a day-long of series of workshops related to child support, co-parenting, mental health, developing your children. There's a nationally known speaker, Mike De La Rocha, and there's a lot of different resources that are for parents. So if you go to go.wisc.edu/fathers, you can go online and register for the conference. It's open through the end of September. So, and then that's all I've got.
Thank you. David.
July 10th, the Allied Duns Marsh Neighborhood Association, we had a nice evening event with we cooked dinner, served, we had face painting, we have a lot of activities. It was really a great event. The neighborhood, the Allied Duns Marsh will be 25 this fall, and we are planning a celebration for September. We also received a grant. Apparently there was a previous street painting, and we're selecting, we're in the process of vetting artists to make a new drawing or a new painting that we're going to put in, but that we're kind of proud this 25-year anniversary of that. Also want to mention there's a new business in the district down the street from me. A young man opened a auto detailing business. It's just out of his home. If anyone wants a recommendation, my wife and I, took our car there, and they did an excellent job at a very, very reasonable price. So if you're looking for a recommendation and using a local business down King James Way, please let me know. That's all I had.
Thank you, Dave. Okay, so announcement. I want to make an announcement that I forgot to mention is that the Madison Metro Sewer District is looking for a 3-year term commissioner. So I would like to know if any of you want to be in that district board. What is it? Is the Madison Metro Sewer District. The other MMSD. Yeah. So the city of Fitchburg, Middleton, Monona, and Verona are part of the executive team. So if you're interested, any one of you, let me know. Is I don't know what is the commitment. I think the mid-monthly, isn't it? I think so, yeah. And I need to because if one of you want to be part of the board, the due date is the deadline is September 4th at 5 p.m. and we need to send a cover letter and resume and why you want to be in the board. And also I can be, if any of you want to be that, I will recommend you because, So, so let me know if anyone wants to be part of that. I will, most of the members are elected officials. So let me know about that. So our next Common Council meeting will be August 25th, 2026. And then next, our Committee of the Whole meeting, August 26th. And then we're going to discuss budget process.
And likely a presentation from our city planner and zoning administrator, Deanna Schmidt.
Okay. So I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All those in favor of adjourning the meeting, say aye.
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 Okay. Any opposed? The motion carries. Okay. Thank you.